two very young kids. I think she said four. They're both just sitting in the back seat and they're screaming. Said she's on the way to pick up the car seats. That's not going to cut it for me. That's not good enough. As parents, we have to all. Yeah, we're going to get relocated to the Minot Funeral Home here, and I'll be on leave.
What's up, Dakota? And I'm not saying that, but thanks, Darren. How's it going? Never met you. Wow, we got a lot of people in here already. Well, we did anyway. Spoke too soon. Always do that. Just doing some camera adjustments here, y'all. The live just started, so bear with me. Just trying to make y'all more stable before we talk about what's going on today. I think y'all can kind of figure out sort of what's going on today. If you read the, oh, appreciate the sub. Thank you kindly, as we say around these parts. That looks better, doesn't it? That's a little better. Okay. Thank you kindly for the sub there. So, if you read the title, we're unveiling new cool here at headquarters, at Goat Neck headquarters. I'll wait till I get some more people in here. I still gotta, yeah, I know. I'm waiting to see, oh, here we go. Hey, what's up? Got two Dakotas in the house. If you look at the start of the chat there, Dakota, NTX Scale Adventures is the other Dakota from our group. So, got two Kotas in the house. Anyway, I'm just kind of getting set up here. Should have got a little more set up before I started, but I'm just doing it on the fly. What the hell is that symbol? Oh, okay. y'all are figuring it out. Fight amongst yourselves. It's a toss-up between these. It's going to be a toss-up between you two on who's going to have the number 1 and the number 2 spot. But, yeah. Let me go get some tools because I'm going to need those. Got to do some work. Things to do. Things to say. Actually, don't even know if I'm going to have everything I need to work on. What I need to work on. But anyway. So, yeah. There was 9 people. There was 30 people in here for a second. They were like, nothing is happening. Now, and then there were 4. 4's good enough. So, our buddy Jason, he bought this brand new. I'm trying not to knock everything off the table here. I guess I could just tilt the camera. How's that? He bought this here brand new scale department RC 4-wheel drive Chevy Scottsdale K10. Actually, the emblem said K20, by the way, which I've already lost both emblems, or lost one emblem. But, so I sort of got this brand new. It had only been driven around his living room or his, yeah, I'm reading your comment. Another leafer, Justin has the bug. That's for show. Yeah, man, I like scale stuff too. Not everything has to be like this crazy crawler. I like looking cool on the trail. Anyway, Chevy Scottsdale. It's a K10, but it said K20 on the emblem. Oh, Garza podcast going live. I got competition. I'm sure he has way more followers and people that will watch him live than me. So, whatever. This is just for you guys anyway. So, got this from my man Jason. He had already done the necessary upgrades that I would have done to it. Yes, leafers are cool. Tomfoolery. Yeah, not everything has to just go straight vertical. Unless you're winching, I guess. That would be cool. Winching your leafer up a scale wall. So I did get the box. I got a few other things coming. He forgot to include the manual and some of the scale hardware tools and stuff, but he's got all that stuff on the way. And he's actually got a longer drive shaft he's going to hook me up because I want to talk a little bit about that in a minute. Yeah, that's true. Coda's Marlin, it hangs with all the big boys. I've got video evidence. But, I mean, if y'all haven't seen this, I'm sure everyone has already seen this. There's plenty of videos about them. I didn't do any kind of proper unboxing because it wasn't in the box when I got it, but the box did come with it. I haven't even opened to see if there's anything left in the box. I don't think there is. Like I said, I'm trying to do this without showing the truck just yet because it was spick and span, but I just want to, this is what it would have looked like brand new, you know, right out of the box. Oh, there's some option parts that you can, oh, Mom's in the house, everybody, so everybody say hi to Mom. Be nice, don't say dirty rotten things on here because my mom's on here. Anyway, there's some option parts you can get. You can get the cool hood with the cowl, and then the visor, and different actual KC lights with the little covers, or you can even put a utility bed on it, which it would look cool, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I wonder if there's any other parts, since this has come out, that RC four-wheel drive offers. I haven't really checked that out. This is really boring, by the way, Mom. You won't want to. This is just me talking about truck stuff. And not only is Mom probably watching, but Dad and brother are watching too, or they're listening, because my brother's always up there slouching. Oh, almost gave it all away there. And there's some more information for you. There's some more information. Got those K44s and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there, because I do not want a trailer hitch on this one. I went out crawling with it this afternoon, and the little receiver hitch that's on the bumper drug on everything. That's probably gonna be the first thing I actually delete. I don't plan on pulling a trailer with it anytime soon anyway. But there's some more information if you want. Mom's texting me saying, trying to say Dad says looks good. Oh, okay. Dad says the truck looks good. He ain't even seen it yet. You should see it after I crawled with it today. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that now. We're all four here, and this is probably all that's gonna be here. So there it is. There's the unveiling. And it's actually not sitting on the body post at the moment because I had some issues, but we'll just take a look around here. There's a cutie mark. There's one of my first cutie marks. Bam! Got a little roughage right up here on the door already. These were all from today. I had not a violent but soft rollover. And so let's see, where's the other good one? There it is. Yeah. That one's for you, Jason, if you're watching, or if you watch this at a later date. So back to Jason. He had bought this truck. He would bring it to, not Jason, my brother, but Jason, my buddy that up in McKinney that crawls with us now. And he bought this truck. He would bring it to the group crawls. And yeah, the first thing he did was he did take that. That was one of those necessary things. Like, I would have done that too. Took the sticker off the hood that it comes with. Anyway, back to Jason. He would bring it to the group crawls, and he would show it to us, and it's like, are you going to crawl it? And he's like, it's too nice, man. It looks too good. I can't do it. I was like, oh, okay. Well, maybe next time, you know. And then he'd bring it to the next one, and it's like, oh, is today the day? Is it going to see some dirt? Is it going to see a scratch? He's like, I can't bring myself. I can't. I was like, okay, well, if you ever want to sell it, you know, I'd like to have another leafer, and that's my dad, my oldest brother, myself, and even we still currently have a 71 Scottsdale. They've all been this color, this brown and tan, or kind of goldish tan, brown two-tone color. Every truck that we had that was like that, it's been that color. And so it's like, I know everyone says it's the Fall Guy truck. I get that, but actually, if you've watched any of the actual unboxing videos, you know it's still just the 79 hood with whatever model square headlight grill that is. I thought it would look kind of like an 88, or not an 88, but an 83, like my Scottsdale had, but actually our 79 has this bumper. It was a Big 10. We had a Big 10, and mine was just an 83 Scottsdale long bed, like longer than this bed. But I don't know. This truck's kind of been in the family, and so now I got an RC version of it. So, and I have the Traxxas Scottsdale or whatever. It's nice, the 79. It's cool, but it's not as cool as this one. I've actually just kind of got it sitting up there. We'll talk more about that. Let me catch up here. Yeah, I got rid of the hood sticker. Yeah, that thing was goofy. And if you notice, he also took off the RC four-wheel drive. Side steps are plastic. You gonna get metal ones? Nah, I'm probably gonna delete those. Just for performance sake. They hang on everything. I mean, they look cool. They're super shiny out in the sun, but what's up, little man? Right back at you. Long time no see. To little Coda. Those light caps gotta go. Yeah, they're kind of funky. Super off-roaders. I don't know. I haven't even looked underneath them. Let's look underneath one of these up here, just to see what's underneath them. Whoa, maybe not. Maybe from this side. Yeah. It's popping the whole damn light fixture off, so I don't know. Maybe not today. Okay. It does have a lens on it. It's already trying to pop off. This thing's already loose from the rollover. It does have a lens. So when it comes time to put lights in it, that's cool. Just might have to put a little dab of glue around this guy, because you see how easy that just came right off. Definitely gonna have to put a little dab of glue on it, but for now, these are holding it on. So we'll just do that. If we can do that. Watch me struggle with simple task. Get on there. Where's the little slot? There it is. Okay. Definitely gonna have to see. There's some things already just from, I took this out at work yesterday, did some actual trail footage with it with my man Josiah. I let him drive the 4Runner, let him get a taste of scaling and trailing. So far, I don't know if he really likes it. I know he likes the crawlers, like the full-on compy crawlers. But he was getting into it. We definitely need to have a Chevy crawl day, or just a square body. It doesn't have to be Chevy, but just like old square bodies, you know. Like I know our boy here, Venomous, he likes Fords, man. Bobby likes Fords. He's got a Ford. He's got the XLT Ranger Traxxas. Anyway. So I told Jason, I was like, hey, if you ever want to sell it, let me know. And this was way back before winter. And now winter's passed, and just looking on the group chat one day, and he's like, I want to sell all this stuff to fund another build. And this was one of the things in there, and I just direct messaged him immediately. I was like, sell it to me, I'll buy it. I gave him an offer. Apparently it was an offer he could not refuse. And so it became mine. And now I've got scratches all over it. I'm going to go ahead and take the body off now because we have some other issues we need to address. So some of the other necessary upgrades, he already upgraded servo and motor to the Hobby Wing Fusion SE. Did he? I think, I want to say it's an 1800. Probably have to QR code it to find out, because I don't know where the mark would be that would say it's probably on the other side or something. Anyway, I'm not seeing I think it's an 1800. I have a 1200 in my 4Runner. But yeah, got a few things that happened today. One of the things, this shock come loose. Let's get us a little tilt here. And it's okay. It just needs to be screwed. Needs to be screwed back on there. I didn't break it or anything. I didn't strip the threads or anything. I was filming a scene where I was trying to go up the backside of an obstacle I call the battery eater. And so I'm up there just going like this, waiting for it to catch traction. And it's sitting here kind of doing this hopping motion. And I'm sure that's what led to that being unscrewed. And then I got a couple of loose screws here and there on the leaf blocks up front. Nothing major. Stuff that can be fixed. Pretty simple. Other than that, I mean, oh well, and then sometimes when you're getting into a bind, you can just pull the front drive shaft apart. So it needs a slightly longer front drive shaft. So that never happens. I could do like what I did on my 4Runner, which is basically glue one side in and, you know, leave however much exposed so you have plenty of room to flex, but not enough to pull apart. So I may do that at some point. But for now, I don't know if I have time to do that this evening. Go ahead and just stick that back on there. See how easy that is? That shouldn't be that easy to do. And that's stock. And that might be because these blocks got a little loose, but they're not that loose. I mean, your leafers usually have a little bit of that play. And then if I do a front shackle reversal, I'm sure that'll extend that even further, this being a long wheelbase, so definitely we'll have to get a longer drive shaft at some point. Jason has one. He said he'd send it with Robbie. Next time I see Robbie, maybe I'll get it from him. Figure that out from there. And the scale hardware to get all that off, because I don't have that. I don't know, it's a special tool or something. Well, Venomous, the reason why I'm not going to do that is because they kind of updated these. They're already pretty dang soft, just out of the box. So I don't know if they're using the same stuff that the red ones are made out of, the same gauge, and they just painted them black, or what. But the rears are slightly stiffer. But man, these fronts. Tell I've already been driving. I mean, look how, I mean, just, and this is without the weight of the, you know, the body on it. Well, I mean, obviously you can do some things to get a little more flex out of it, and it is only have 2 drives on it, so it takes a little while for, you know, like everything back here to break in. Definitely want to put an anti-wrap bar on it. I'm not a huge fan of the boat anchor skid. It is updated a little bit. They put a little more bevel on it or something, because this is definitely different than the one that came on my RC or my 4Runner. Even that screw feels loose. Everything feels loose. I'm gonna have to kind of go through everything and just double check. Glad I didn't lose any screws yet on just what little trailing I've done with it. And I went out in the course today. It was windy today. Jeez, it was so windy. I didn't even want to go outside. It was awful. Anyway, that's the new cool. I don't know what I can do. I don't know if I can reach any of that. My vantage point here. Might need a actual T handle to get down in there, because maybe not. Yeah, she's definitely loose. Now this one might be harder to get to. How's everybody doing today, by the way? I mean, how are y'all? Y'all are so nice to come visit me, and I haven't even asked how you're doing today. Nice in Washington, huh? Whoa, sorry about that, y'all. Don't want to strip anything. We just want to get it nice and taut. Now, this one definitely looks loose from where I see. Y'all probably can't see it, but that's way better. Okay. That's much better. That will probably help somewhat in the front drive shaft pulling apart. Yeah, there's nowhere near as much play now there. Now, what is the deal here? This screw seems loose. Won't you look at that? Got like a whole 4 revolutions on that. I'm gonna have to go back and probably Loctite these. Our boy Chris, I don't know if he's gonna pre-order that new axial or not. He was talking about it. Which one did you get? Did you get the brown one or the red one? The red one's got those goofy decals on it. The brown one looks pretty cool. As far as color goes, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here, if we can do this. It's hard to do this and hover over to the camera. Well, you know I will. Or if I'm able, you know I'm gonna drop in to see it. Look, there's only 2 of us in here. You can tell us. We're all friends here. Man, I'd like to take the tire off to do this because I don't want to cross thread this thing. There, and now you can see what I'm doing. Definitely gonna have to put some Loctite on that guy. Check these other ones while I'm at it, I guess. That one seems okay. Yeah, they already automatically like took the springs out of these shocks. I'm pretty sure. That was something I seen on RC Every Day when he ever. I usually watch his videos when a new TF2 comes out, and if he gets it, he's got some of the best TF2 knowledge. So I know he doesn't watch my channel or anything, or if he does, or if he ever sees this, you're cool. Yeah. Also, he's a fellow Texan, so another reason why RC Every Day is cool. South Texas, I think. I didn't make you wait. If you watched the short today and yesterday, you already seen this rig. Made you wait. Break these things in. One thing I need to do is No, I asked you. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. I take it back then. I take everything back I said. But I didn't make you wait that long. I mean, I did put out a short before I did an unveiling or whatever. It's okay. I know how it goes. I know how to play this YouTube game stuff, sort of. I might be an old man, but I'm hip to it. I got people like Coda in my corner, and they help me out with the younger generation. You got a link, Marlon, now? How long have you had the link, Marlon? When did you get that? How long ago was this? When was this? We haven't seen you in so long. Got to catch up. I don't know what's going on tomorrow. As far as I know, Rob's the only one that's chimed in on anything. He said he's going to White Settlement. I'm not prepared to go to White Settlement. I guess I could maybe I'd have to charge some batteries. I could maybe take the new stance up there. I know it'll handle most all that stuff. I usually like to take my Capra up there, and my Capra also needs to be worked on. I might go grab it here in a minute. When did you get that truck, though? Or have you just never brought it out? When did you get that truck? Yeah, and then, why do they still do this? Like, I would rather have the shackles reversed. I just like the way it performs better. So that when you're going up over something, you don't have to push. It pushes out as you go over it. It would push out with the link instead of coming up approaching something and it's kind of working against it. Because the rear, that's why the rear's set up like that. Okay, you've had it for a little bit, but not since the last time we crawled, which has been more than a minute. I think it just has a, let's see what kind of servo he put in it. In Jora, 35 kilogram. It's decent. It's definitely stronger than those twisters that come in them. And this is a heavy guy, so it probably need. Oh, got a little bit of play there. What's going on here? I'm finding loose screws everywhere. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Right one. So definitely just gonna have to do some screw tightening, just some minor adjustments. Probably would be good at some point to actually put some spacers, like at least one or two. That way you get a little more up travel and you don't hit your servo horn. Even though I'm not hitting it yet. Maybe not. Maybe I don't even need it. But if you do all the things like RC Every Day and Poverty Society, if you do all the things that they do to their TF2s, then you need to put spacers on your servo because then your diff hits your servo horn. You just put like some big, thick spacers, huh? I remember seeing that on your other one, I think, or one of them. I remember seeing it on somebody's TF2. Not a lot of us got TF2s. I think just me, you, and Jason, and now Robbie's got one, I think, now. Or Robbie might have a bunch of them. I don't know. He's got a lot of RCs that we don't even know about, I think. That's better. Servo's not doing some kind of wonky stuff like it was doing. I definitely put it through some paces these last 2 days. I did some, I mean, light to medium trailing with a few climbs yesterday, and then I went around the course and tried to do everything I knew I could do with my Forerunner. And this definitely, being the longer wheelbase, performs different than the Forerunner. So you get a little more reach, but because of these, it seemed like it didn't matter because you would bottom out on the steps. That's why I'm probably going to delete those. It's not like I'm getting in and out of the truck. They look cool. I do love a lot of the scale elements. I love the hub. Like those wheels look good for stock. Those are some good looking wheels. The tires are decent. I'm sure they'll break in nicely once they do get broken in. They're a little stiff, but overall they did good. I gotta open this guy up so that I can hook the jumper up, which I have on the bottom of the body. Take that off. That way I can hook up the lights and have lights for nights. Stick that tape back on there for now. So I gotta hook this little jumper up at some point. And then, I was talking about, well, I want to delete that plastic hitch. It hung on everything. And actually driving with the K44 axles, that's a whole different animal too compared to the Yodas. So that was a little learning curve, just learning where, you can see I pretty much got the paint already ground off there. Anyway, something else cool he did the grub screw trick, so you can just slide the body on and off. Pretty simple. You don't have to put the screws in. I like that. It's a nice touch. They're a little smoother, so they don't saw into the body like some other screws that you can do that with. I don't know. There's something about the battery that I'm running. It's a little too fat, and it touches this area right here. And so I like to figure out maybe a different battery for this truck. I mean, these work, but the body tends to want to try to pop off these little grub screws. So I got to figure that out. Better or worse? What's better or worse? For better or worse? I don't know what you mean. Elaborate. When my TF2 was on K41, I loved it. Then I went back to the BRX 90s from Boom Racing, and that was cool. But it got wider. Gotcha. I mean, it's just a different style straight axle. It's still straight axle driving, which you got the Yoda. It just seems like it's a bigger differential, so it tends to grab in places where the Yoda didn't. That's all. Doesn't mean it's bad or worse. You just got to really pick and choose your line because, the front's offset, but that rear is in the center. So even though you set yourself up for the front, then you're going to just drag at the rear. So you gotta have to pick and choose your line a little different. I mean, if you're driving on the trail, you don't have to worry about anything, right? You're just trailing. But you try to crawl this thing, Yeah, I guess that's what I'm getting at. I mean, you could see the offset right there. Other than that, truck did great. I mean, it did everything I expected it would, or, you know, that it wouldn't. It actually did some things that, you know, just being longer wheelbase did really good. And then there was a couple of things. It was like, okay, got to just choose a different line. It's quite a bit heavier than the 4Runner, even the 4Runner with the topper on. This thing is still heavier for sure. So you're not really winning any side hill challenges with this thing. You gotta kind of just go straight up and down stuff. You can't get too off camber. Just catching up, sorry. Catching up on everything here. Okay, I'm all caught up now. All right, man. Thanks for stopping in. You finally made it. You made it to a live. Thanks for stopping in and being a part of the unveiling. All three of us, all four of us. Oh yeah, yeah. That's something. I don't know if they updated those on the other K10s, but yeah, that's kind of nice. I mean, you can actually tilt those. They have some options there. You can tilt them forward just a little bit. Is it the Glendale or whatever that has the taller, or I guess, well, what RC4 will, I always want to say that. RC every day, he just taps a hole right above this hole, I think is what he does. Or you can get those Glendales. But if you get the Glendales, then I didn't even show off the hood. If you're still here, Coda, the other Coda, there's that 350. But anyway, like I was saying, if you put those Glendale hoops, you do have to kind of grind out the top of your inner fender. So that's the only thing. Hell yeah, I might get those from you. I hate to grind out the inner fender, but might use them on the Yoda. I don't know. I got a nice engine bay in my Yoda still too, so. But yeah, that's one of the tricks. You put that on there, get you a little more up travel. But then that's when you got to put the spacers on the servo. Right now, as it sits, it's not that bad. But that's also how you get the truck to sit slightly lower too, right? I mean, it'd probably sit more like that, not all the way down here. And I guess you could do the same thing. You could put Glendale's up here, and then you could take these and put them back here, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. Well, it's just us now. It's just me and you and I. I thought, shit, it's Saturday night. Somebody will be out there, right? I only need one. Guess everybody else can go back and watch this later. Well, we tightened some screws and we talked about the truck. What else can we do here? I definitely want to take off. I don't want to keep these steps on. I want to just take those things off. They bug me. Definitely. Oh, rip them off. Just go crawl it until they break off. Man, it'd be cool if they would have. If they were metal, they'd be pretty cool. Or if it was just this step, this part of the step, and not this drop step. Like, I don't need that. I thought about breaking them. They wouldn't be that hard to break. I would have much rather lost these than my emblems. I hate the little emblem. What do I do with that? Where do I set the damn emblem at? Here it is. These little things are metal. Yeah, flush cap steps. I would have rather liked that. But I lost one emblem on the trail yesterday, and I didn't even notice it till after I got home. And then I lost this one today, and I saw it when it fell off. They're just glued on. But there's holes on the body where, like, if they had tabs behind them, they would have stuck in there. Oh, you're just now joining us. I unveiled my new cool here. I got the scale department edition RC four-wheel drive Chevy Scottsdale K10, even though this emblem says K20, which the K20 is a dually from what I remember. I'm not a Chevy aficionado, but I've had a lot of Chevys, and every Chevy that I've ever had this color scheme. My dad had one, my brother had one. It was a Big 10, and I had an 83 long bed, which is like twice as long as this bed. And then we have a 71 still to this day. Needs to be worked on, but we still got it. So everyone says it looks like the Fall Guy truck, and I get that. It has a lot of those same things that it did, but if anyone's seen any of the unboxing videos of all the bigger name channels, they've already told you that this is a 79. This is still the 79 hood because it's a little slanted forward. It's just got an 80s style grill. Our 71 actually has this same style bumper, but we don't have all the lights and the roll bar and all that crap. Yeah, two-tone all the way. I like the square headlights though. My 83 obviously had square headlights. 79 was kind of like the last year, I think, for the round headlight. With the Traxxas one I got's got that, but it has a decent interior. Doors don't open. They have the updated mirrors on this because the other ones were way too big and a little wonky looking. On the first round of K10s they did. It's hard to see that interior, but it looks pretty decent. I've been checking out action figures. They have a Dimebag Daryl and action figure, and then they have they have like 3 different versions of Cliff Burton. I thought about getting those guys and putting in there. I think it'd be cool to have Dime and Cliff. They also have Lemmy. Thought about getting Lemmy too, have him ride in the back or something, or have Lemmy drive in, maybe have Cliff side by side with him, then have Dime in the back, just, you know, watching it go, getting his pull. But anyway, oh, now it's 0. I'm just talking to myself. Wham. Oh. Well, you weren't here, and then you were. I'm really thinking about just taking these off right now if I can. We'll see. It said 0 a while ago. I shit you not. From my end, it said 0. Maybe you dropped out. Are you just on your phone? Here goes 1. Already starting the extra screw bin parts. Yeah, we had a lot of people in here, and then everybody just. Maybe we can reach it from here. Maybe not. It's got to be good enough to take them off. Oh, damn. That sucks. So you're not able to game right now. That's why you're here. If you was on the game, you would have you would have never known that I was even live. Nah, I'm just busting your balls. Just busting your balls. I already like it already. I like it better without the steps already. So there, y'all witnessed a step delete. I mean, it's a nice touch. It looked good. I don't know if it's not really a selling point so much as the updated springs, shock hoop, and whatnot. Feeling of everything else. I'm just kind of feeling of all the other screws here, seeing if I feel anything loose. After today, that feels good. Everything over here, this is all supposed to move, so, but it's not loose feeling. So that's good. Yeah, okay. Of course, that's normal. That's the plain springs. That's normal. Tires are kind of on the square side. I mean, that'll probably all even out when you start getting broken in. They'll round off a little bit. A little bit on the square side. They did fine, though, on my rocks and down on Ham Creek on that shale. And they did all right in the mud. I actually drove this thing in the mud already a little bit. What else? I don't know. I guess this is a pretty boring live. It's just me playing with the springs here. I've already tightened up everything I think that I can tighten. None of the shock screws feel loose. Double checking everything here. I guess it is kind of late. Everybody's probably either drunk, partying, or doing whatever the hell, getting their sleep for tomorrow. Everyone that's crawling. Do you think it would make the performance better if I did move those forward? It's only like 2 spaces. That's what I need to do, huh? I need to step outside for a second. I guess we could do that. All right. Let's do that. Let's just step outside for a second. Man, we got some new neighbors up the hill. And I'm not gonna say anything nasty or anything, but, and again, if you know me, I like to jam, but I can only take so much bass. I need my treble. And they're a good quarter mile Or Mile, here's Poe. He's out on the front porch. They've turned it down now, but a while ago, man, they was like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, damn. It was just loud. That's all. Here, let's see. Let's try to set you up here where. Oh, come on, come back. Where are you going? Well, we going over here? Okay, he says let's go over here. He's gonna check out his crunchy bowl. Is you getting crunchies? You. Nah, they ain't got cows. They just. What it is it's some folks that probably paid way too much for a little bitty piece of land, and they ain't ever gonna build nothing on it. They got a camper trailer up there, and they're all pulled out there with their ghetto blasters or whatever the hell they got in their fucking they got some side by sides. Of course, my mom and dad live on the hill. We're talking about the next hill up. Anyway, they're just blasting it. You know me, like I got a nice PA, but I ain't got no bass. All right, we're outside now. We're set up. Get you some crunchies. Get the crunchies. Eat them up. Eat them up, your crunchies. Anyway, they're just booming. Boom, 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 boom. It's like circus music, you know. It's not even like good country or rock and metal or whatever. It's like pop stuff. Again, I like anything with a beat, but after a certain hour, especially on the weekends that I have to work, I ain't gonna want to hear that shit. I mean, hell, if I can get the cops called on me for having quote unquote demonic voices coming from, or demonic sounds coming from my address, then you know, it can go both ways, I guess. Just saying. Oh, message retracted. I didn't even see what you said. Damn it, I missed it. What did you say? You have to send it to me in a text. Again, like, you know, if you're in an urban setting, I get it. Like, hey, oh man, you missed it. I need to go back inside and show you. Or you can go back and watch it later, I guess. Well, I'm fixing to be done. I'm fixing to go back inside. I'm just making sure Poe gets his crunchies for the night before I have to put them up. I don't want the possum or the raccoon to eat them all. Yeah, oh yeah, they really do. Okay, so last Halloween, or no, not last Halloween, Halloween before last Halloween. It's just me. It's on a Thursday night. I decided to go out and crawl. I was off that Friday because I was going to work that weekend. And I turned my PA system on. I put my Halloween playlist on. And the construction crew that was living in the yard next to Shane's, apparently they called the cops on me and said that there was demonic sounds coming from my address and that it needed to be investigated. And so I seen these, it's at least 3 Johnson County sheriffs drive by. They drove by 2 times. Then they pulled into my front yard. And, you know, I'm inside the rock course with, I had my Capra. And it's got pretty good lights on it. And they spotted me immediately. And they all threw their spotlights on me. And it kind of freaked me out because I have the radio transmitter in my hand. It looks like a gun, you know. I'm like, oh, crap, these people are going to freak out on me for no damn reason. And so immediately I just drove the RC right up to the first one that got out. I drove it right up to his feet. He's like, oh, that's cool. He's like, "What are you doing out here, sir?" And I was like, "That's what I'm doing. I'm RC crawling." And they thought it was neat. And I was like, "What are y'all doing?" And they of course they said, "Oh, we got a call about a noise complaint about demonic sounds coming from your address." I was like, "Oh, really?" And then I was like, "You mean my radio over there?" And they couldn't even hear the radio from, I guess, where they were standing, or it was just in between tracks, or my Halloween playlist kind of goes in and out. It's not like full on death metal or something like that the whole time. And they're like, "That's not even above the decibel, whatever." And I think the construction people were just probably all methed up or whatever, and they were probably hearing demonic voices on their own. I guess Poe, that's all he's going to eat. All right, I got to catch up now. Hey, brother. Okay, they really said that, yeah? All right, Joko ain't playing. I never had that issue, but my best friend's little brother got hit with a Dewey. Did Anyway, me and Dakota, we're over here talking RC design build. He's one of the mother chapter members of the Crawl Fiends. Mother chapters GN, RCC, the Goat Neck RC Crawlers, of course. And so I just I don't know why this is over here like this. Let's move that out of the way. Come here. We're just taking a break for a second, stepping outside. Or at my house, I step outside when I take a break. What? You're a good guy. This is my dog Poe, my one-eyed dog. Dog Poe. Don't look him in that eye, it freaks him out. Just look him in this one. Yeah, we got crickets going on. We already got crickets, but also, since it's been like 80 degrees every day this week, we already have mosquitoes, and I fucking hate it. I already want it to be over with. I'm missing winter and fall already, even though I'm sure, I don't know where you live. You're in California, right? If I remember correctly, is that North or South California? Oh, Central. So you get a little bit of everything, I guess. We already got mosquitoes, though. It's already that warm here in Central Texas, which is where I'm from. And that's where Poe's from. And Poe's mom and daddy's from Central Texas. Yeah. I'm about as country as it gets. Yeah. I mean, anybody else got a one-eyed dog? It's pretty country, I'd say. Can't even keep a collar on this guy. Like, look at his neck. Can't even keep a collar on this guy. I tried it. He just slings it off. Oh, you're more in the desert. We're in the hill country. If you hold on just a second, we're almost done with break. We'll get back in there and get to it, and we'll show off the truck again. The moon is out. I don't know what it looks like right now for y'all, but I can't hold it still to save my life. Dang, you can zoom in pretty hard. Looks like shit. Dinosaur Valley. Dinosaur Valley's pretty close to us. We live in a bend of the Brazos River called Goat Neck, because the shape of the river makes a goat's head. And that's why it's called Goat Neck, RC crawlers. Anyway, the moon looks cool. My cat is scratching on the door wanting to come out, but I ain't letting him out. It's too late to come outside. You can't come. All right. Break's over. Bro. Kiki. I got an outside cat creeping up. Probably can't see him. Yeah, too dark over there. Oh, wrong door. Paluxy River was such a blast. That's cool. You've been there? No way. Did you go to Big Rock Park by any chance in Glen Rose? Because that's where we go RC crawl all the time. I used to go there a shit ton as a kid, and I never dreamed as a grown man that I would playing with tiny trucks all over that place. If not, you're welcome to check out the videos. I know you've viewed some of the videos you may or may not have seen. All right. Oh, so that's what we're looking at today. If you're still here with us, I'll tell the story again if you're willing to listen. I will need to get a drink after that break. I am parched. All 23 flavors. Ugh. I don't know, it's kind of like in the middle of town, in the middle of Glen Rose, sort of. But yeah, more on the eastern side of it, I guess you would say. Yeah, that's the first thing you're going to want to change. So, I don't know if you want to hear the story or not, but here's the story. Story was a good friend of ours that's new in the group. His name's Jason, super cool dude, metal as fuck. Think he's awesome. Anyway, he had bought this when it come out, brand new. He would bring it to the group crawls, and he'd always, I'd see it in his truck or in his ride, and be like, "Oh, you gonna bust it out today?" And he's like, "Oh man, it's too nice. I can't do it." But we just pull it out, look at it. And I was like, "Man, it is a nice truck." And then I told him the story about my dad and my brothers and myself all had a truck. This color, same color scheme, same colors, except for it had bench seats. Not a full. We never had a four-wheel drive version, but it's like, well, if you ever want to sell it, let me know. Anyway, so that was before winter. Winter had passed, and just recently, I was checking out the group chat and noticed that Jason was wanting to sell some stuff to fund a build that he was getting ready to do. And this was one of the things that was in the pictures that you could scroll through to look. And I was like, I directly messaged him immediately. I was like, "Hey, I'll buy that from you. I'll put a scratch on it for you." And so that's what I've done. And so we already got some cutie marks on it from the last 2 days. I actually finally started driving it. So there's one. Got a little rubbish there on the door now. This was one of the first good ones. Yeah. These things are meant to be driven. Sorry, I did not mean to tilt the camera. I'm not meaning to do that. Anyway, I just knew that he had already done all the necessary things that I would have done right off the bat, and I was willing. I just gave him an offer that I guess he couldn't refuse. He was like, sold. So he'd already put 1800 SE Hobby Wing Fusion in it, and it already changed out the servo because the twister servos they come with, they are a little weak, on the weak side. I still have mine in my 4Runner, and it's definitely gotten weaker. Yeah. He also he hooked me up with a nicer. He got a Vanquish servo horn on there. That's a nice servo horn. You know, if you've seen or have any of those products, you know those are good stock servo horns. What else? That's pretty much it. I haven't done anything to it except for I think when you got here or right before you got here, I did a little step delete because I'm not getting in and out of the truck. It kind of hinders performance. And it was just today, it just hung up on everything. And that kind of led me to finding other things that I had going on. I had some loose screws already. Let me set you back down. I just need to put the damn camera down. That's probably better, huh? Shaking all over the place. Had a couple of transfer case screws that were loose. Had some front axle leaf block screws loose. Had some loose screws here. So you mentioned the leaf springs, and I don't know if you watch RC Everyday's channel. He's also a fellow Texan, but he got to kind of be not necessarily on the ground floor, but at some sort of Q&A, or did some kind of deal with RC four-wheel drive where they all kind of said what they would change about them or what they would want in the next RTR or something that, you know. And so that was softer springs, and then the springs already taken out of the shocks. So that's already, you know, when you get all the new ones, that's how they are, brand new. That's kind of cool. Got the updated rear hoops. I don't know. I don't have a K10 from the first round. RC four-wheel drive, that's cool. Right? That's what you're talking about, obviously. I mean, the rears, you want them a little, because they're gonna break in. You don't want them too soft, but it is nice to have a little softer up front to begin with. I would prefer the shackles to be reversed on the front. I still want to do that. One thing I did notice about this, like if you get these RTR, the drive shaft insert, the input here or whatever, the slide, it pulls out real easy when you get into a bind hard enough. It just like that. And that happened to me several times in the past 2 days. So recommended to get a longer drive shaft. Make sure I'm in phase here. With my 4Runner, I glued the slide to where it wouldn't do that, but still have enough room to flex. So you just kind of glue it like it's like right there in the middle. You glue one side so that you can still flex. I don't know which side's better to glue. I forget. It's this side or this side. I forget. That's what I did when I did my shackle reversal on just my normal wheelbase, which would be the Yoda. This being a longer wheelbase already, it's just already, I don't know why they didn't put a longer drive shaft up front. Anyway, if I had any complaint, that was it. But that's not my buddy's fault. I mean, he didn't even get to drive the truck. That's just something on RC four-wheel drive. That's like the only thing on this particular model I didn't like, was how easy that happened. Just crawling up. I mean, we're not talking about vertical, but I was just crawling up some stuff like that and got into the right kind of bind with my wheels turned. And it would do that every time. But other than that, the truck performs great. It's going to perform better without these. Looks great. I like looking good on the trail. Oh, I have a second. This is just me personal. I mean, some people might not think of this as a problem, but if they're pulling a trailer, but that thing hung on every rock, and I'm going to probably just grind that right off. I don't need that receiver. I'm not going to be pulling a trailer anytime soon, so I'll just grind that right off. I mean, I'm slowly already, and it has some chrome on it, but it's been grinding a little bit right there for sure. I don't need that. But the bumpers are kind of lackluster. I mean, they're plastic. They're scale. I mean, this is the same exact bumper my truck had. But I don't know. I would just like it if it was flush and maybe only this wide instead of double wide. I don't need that. I want to be able to crawl it and look good. I want to perform, but I want to have leafs and look good. I mean, I love the front bumper too, but I want like the same bumper but modified. I want it to be, I don't want it to be dropped down that far. I want it to be flush with the, I'd probably save the bumper and aftermarket one. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not catching all your, yeah, I'm getting them. I don't know what the deal is here. It's not removable, the bumper, or what? Yeah, they're removable, if that's what we're talking about. 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 screws. And 2 on the back. The hitch, though, itself is not removable. Oh, gotcha. Just now caught up. Trailer hitch. All right, we're all caught up now. Now, I just want to grind it off, Dremel. That's what I did to all my other stuff, my Traxxas stuff. I just grinded them off. And they perform a lot better. Doors don't open, but that's okay. We all knew that about the K10 models. Because that's what these are. These are just, they probably still had a bunch of these laying around like, what's a way we could sell this? Let's put a different grill insert in it. Put this snazzy bumper, put these steps that everyone's going to take off, and the lights, and everyone calls it the Fall Guy truck. Jason, he deleted the sticker in the RC four-wheel drive window sticker. Yes. I keep forgetting to show the engine off. But you ask all the right questions. Okay, so you slide it forward just a little bit, and then you can get under it. I don't know if you can see in there. Get some better light, maybe. Got your battery. Looks like a 350. Got your brakes, window, washer. Got your little hose hooked up to your radiator there. Got a radiator. Can't see the radiator through the grill or anything like that, but does have a decent engine bay. Yeah, very scale, very scale. It's nice to look cool on the trail. And okay, from the first, something else that we kind of noticed that from the first round of K10s, the magnet was slightly different. The way it's set up, it's a lot stronger now, and it sits flush. So that's nice, having that. If you put the hood back right. Okay, there we go. So that's cool. That's what's keeping it from, that's why you have to do all this. Tailgate does open. Just in case you want to have a party. It kind of opens funny. It doesn't open like a, you have this crazy gap here when it opens. I don't remember my truck being like that. Of course, I guess if you want to get really scale, you'd have actual latches coming down like they did. So far, I haven't had any problems with the tailgates. I've seen some trucks where they're just driving and it's like, bam, just falls down. And then you're, but I don't know, they got pretty good snaps on the side. So I don't know. Like I didn't have the first round of K10s. This is sort of like the updated one, I guess. I do have some more loose screws to tend to. But that it's cool that they do have the light buckets. And then they do have lenses in there. I did open those up. Which Chevy emblems? I got the High Trail K10, and I got a '69 Blazer or a body that I got that I put on a TRX Ford back before they came out with the High Trail versions of those. I was gonna show you something if I could find it. Dang, I keep losing this thing. Oh, there it is. I already knocked off the badging. I lost the other side. Oh, got it upside down, sorry. That went right here. And it has two holes, like if these would have actually had tabs on them. This is metal, by the way. Or it's like, I swear that's metal when I tinged it earlier. It's like, dang, they went all that effort to print a little aluminum badge, but they didn't put the little tabs where they already have the holes. And I don't know, it just don't quite fit. It also something, again, I'm not saying nothing bad, just something we noticed. There is quite a bit of paint. They are, yeah, they're glued. Man, this paint is like, there is a lot of paint right here. You can feel this. This isn't seamless. It looks good, almost like as if there is a piece of trim there that's hidden, I guess. It kind of gives that effect. Because some of these trucks had, I can't remember if the Big Ten or if I want to say my Scottsdale had the trim. Well, it's not that it's too thick. It's just you can tell it's pronounced. Is it the brown or the tan? It's the brown that's like thicker. So this whole body's probably painted tan, and then they go back and paint the brown, I'm guessing. It's just very pronounced. That's all. This is just dirt. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Oh, yeah, spit shine. There we go. Got some stuff on the window there. I'll have to clean her up already. Still, it's nice. It's a very nice painted truck. Looks good. They still have the silly fuel tank on both sides, which mine only had it on this side, and my dad's Big Ten actually had dual tanks, so the other fill was right here. That's all right, though, I guess. Whatever. I mean, it only takes battery, doesn't take fuel, right? So what you doing? It's probably not too late at wherever you're at. Let's see, I don't even know what time it is here. It's getting late. It's 10 o'clock here in the future. Yeah, I knew it was that. It was a pretty good time difference. I have a buddy in Utah. I was hoping I could catch him tonight, because I always say that. I always say, greetings from the future. And all I can tell you about the future is it's about the same as it was yesterday. It's very bleak, very bland. Sorry, I was glancing over at the television. I shouldn't do that if I'm live. Just flashing lights caught my eyes. Just making sure nothing crazy was going on. Greetings from the future. The truck did great. Be looking at the shorts feed this week. I was absent last week. I've been taking a break. There is no full length this week because I've been taking a break. Work's getting crazy. I work at a golf course, and we're fixing to be in season, and just, all right, man, you got to get out, got to head out. Hell, I'll probably wrap it up. It's just me and you anyway. Sorry, I started boring you with work stuff. Oh, let's talk about the truck again. Let's just talk more about the truck. He did do the grub screw trick for the body so that the body's easy to slide on and off. Nah, I'm just joking. If you got to go, you can go. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the cheers and the hearts and all that good stuff. See you in the comments section. I'll try to stop by if I can remember. I try to get everybody in my feed that comments. I hate the way the algorithm or the subscription list updates itself. I wish you could update the subscription list to the ones you want the most in your feed, and then after that it can suggest. Down to 0. Anyway. I guess it's time to go. Well, for anybody watching this after the fact, there's the new cool. Signing off.